Hoosier basketball players have embraced Caitlin Clark as a worthy role model. While Caitlin Clark is known for her incredible skills as a former Iowa Division I and current WNBA Indiana Fever basketball player, her impact shoots beyond the court. The Rookie of the Year stole the hearts of Hoosiers in a famously basketball-obsessed state and has created a new phenomenon for girls and women's basketball now in the heart of their own season. Teagan Cox, a Smiley third-grade Newcastle girl proudly wearing a sweatshirt with Clark's No. 22 on the front and back, said her interest in the basketball star started when she saw her on TV, which then grew her confidence in her own abilities. Like, whenever I started playing, I didn't really know that she played until I started seeing her on things, said Cox. She made me feel like I could play too. Teagan's favorite thing about Clark is the inspiration she's brought to her. She makes me feel like I can be as good as she is, Teagan said. Newcastle is home to the largest high school gymnasium in the nation, Newcastle Fieldhouse, which seats more than 8,000 fans, and where young girls like Cox will grow up to play. Alyssa Wilson, head girls basketball coach at Newcastle High School, says she notices a change in the atmosphere due to Clark. During practice in the gigantic gym, the words Clark echo across the court when a three-pointer is made, versus the old exclamations of influential male basketball players. She is a pop culture effect, Wilson said. She changed the narrative. Wilson enjoys how much attention Clark has brought to basketball, as she is able to discuss her with her players and use her as an example. However, she believes her skills influence female athletes in general. Some of her favorite attributes of Clark are how hard she plays and the competitiveness she brings to the game. She also admires her reactions during the game, as it shows she takes the game seriously. She's not afraid to show emotion on the court. She cares, Wilson said. Wilson advises players to exhibit her work ethic by observing her. It's not just the way she plays, it's the hard work and extra time she puts in, said Wilson. That is what it takes to excel. You have to do extra training and work outside of practice and games. Clark's accomplishments have also piqued the interest of men, as she has shattered viewing records. For example, her first game with the Fever was ESPN's most-watched WNBA game ever. Chet Tabor, JV girls basketball coach at Newcastle High School, believes her influence has changed men's perspective on the game. It's crazy the impact, and it goes out more than girls, I think, said Tabor. I use my son, for example. When my daughter, Cameron, had games, or there was girls basketball on or whatever, he would always make these comments, it's just girls basketball. Well now, when Caitlin is on, he watches. He isn't the only one. Her win against LSU's Angel Reese back in February had 12 million viewers, a number that used to seem impossible to reach for women's games. Tabor has high hopes for the future of women's basketball, thanks to Clark. As far as being a coach of girls basketball, my hope would be that it gets more girls interested in playing basketball, Tabor said. I think you'll see that as we go, especially as some of the younger kids, maybe 4th, 5th, 6th, into junior high, I'll think you'll see more kids play when they get to high school because of her. He thinks her main attraction comes from her relationship with fans. One part that makes her so popular and well-liked would be how she interacts with kids and, younger players. She seems to always make time for them, Tabor said. She is always doing autographs. I think she just gets it, like she is on a platform where she can influence, kids, and I think she understands that. Like Wilson, he is impressed by the effort she puts into the sport, even more than her skill set. She's very confident and she goes hard. I think her work ethic is very strong, and I think that's why she is so good, because she's got that will to win, good work ethic, and she puts in the time. It's no coincidence that she is one of the greatest, because it doesn't happen if you don't work hard, said Tabor. Those on the college scene have also had first-hand experience of Clark's effect on the sport. Bailey Parham was a successful basketball player at Tri High School in Strawn. Now a sophomore basketball player at the University of Illinois Springfield, she said she has personally witnessed Clark's influence on players. Being around my teammates here, who were supporting her and looking up to her and the records she was breaking and thinking, in the NCAA, we have the ability to do that too, like some of my teammates. We'll talk about that, said Palm. She has also seen the change in attendance during games.